Hi guys, you're watching Google Profess, and today I'm gonna tell you about 6 trains that pass through the weirdest places. Let's go! The train that passes through a residential building. Due to the unique topography and high construction density of Chongqing, one of the most populated cities in China, architects and city planners had to come up with a unique way of developing a vital monorail line. Their solution is having the train pass straight through a 19th-floor apartment building. With 5 mountains around the city, most of Chongqing's terrain is made out of hill slopes. That, coupled with the lack of space due to the high building density and a population of around 49 million people, makes working on infrastructure a real challenge for architects and city planners. In 2004, when the Rail Transit No. 2 was approved, they only had 2 choices: to either tear down the whole apartment building to make room for the monorail, or clear 2 floors and make a tunnel so that the train can pass through it. As unconventional as it seems, experts went for the second option, and 14 years later, they are still convinced it was the right thing to do. The narrow street that has a train passing through it. Most of the time, railroad tracks are expertly marked, warning passers-by to keep a lookout for oncoming trains. But what if the tracks were just steps from your front door? This is the case for many in Hanoi. On a busy city street, people live and work alongside the railroad tracks found in the city's old quarter and only move temporarily when the train passes. Shops are shut down and immediately reopened just as soon as it brushes past. The train that crosses an airport runway. Gisborne Airport is a regional airport that is situated on the western outskirts of Gisborne, New Zealand. It is one of the very few airports in the world that has a railway line intersecting the runway. The airport covers 160 hectares with 3 grass runways and 1 main runway that are crossed by the Palmerston-North Gisborne railway line. The Gisborne Rail route functions between 6:30 in the morning and 8:30 at night. One of the most appealing aspects of the railway line is that when it passes directly on top of the runway, trains have to stop for clearance from the air traffic control to cross and continue down the line. The train that runs along the Brusio Viaduct. The Brusio is a single-track, 9-arch spiral railway viaduct located in Brusio, Switzerland. Like most spiral tracks, it was built to permit trains to get elevation in a relatively short distance. It's 110 meters long, has a horizontal curvature of 70 meters, a longitudinal slope of 7%, and its 9 spans are 10 meters each in length. It forms part of the Bernina railway section between Brusio and Campascio and is about 55 kilometers from St. Moritz. The trains that cross on top of a causeway. A dramatically photoshopped image showing a train traveling over the Hindenburg Dam on a Roth Sea appeared on postcards published in the 1970s. The Hindenburg Dam is an 11 kilometers long causeway joining the North Frisian island of Sylt to mainland Schleswig-Holstein, Germany. It was opened in 1927 exclusively for rail transport. Before the causeway was built, the connection to the island was at the mercy of the tides, and in winter, the ice in the Wadden Sea formed an impenetrable barrier. The crossing took about 6 hours, and in adverse weather and flow conditions, it even lasted longer. As the seaside resort of Westland became increasingly popular, officials started planning the rail causeway. Today, more than 100 trains pass over every day, and each year the railway ferries more than 450,000 vehicles over the causeway. The Chinese train that plans to run 13,000 miles to the US. China plans to build an ambitious 13,000-kilometer rail line to operate bullet trains to America through Russia by passing through a tunnel underneath the Pacific Ocean. The proposed line beginning from China's could go through Siberia, the Bering Strait, Alaska and Canada before reaching the contiguous United States. Once the line is put to use, bullet trains can run at 350 kilometers per hour, enabling passengers to travel from China to the US in less than 48 hours. Russia, which is heavily dependent on rail transport like China, is also progressively advocating the idea. So guys, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to write your comments and subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Bye.